Good morning. Let's clean that screen for us a little bit. Let's get some water on there. Wash that thing off a little bit. Good morning. It is, as Crystal Moyer would say, hump day. Or as I would just like to say, good morning, it's Wednesday. But I love her energy. Good morning to you guys. It is a beautiful, hot, muggy, humid day here in Central Florida, and we are live right now inside. Nowhere else would rather be, right? Inside Results One this morning, and kind of a simple general talk, but we're going to look at a few things. We're going to talk about why we're looking at it, why we're talking about it, and just why about everything, right? Let's figure this out. Let's do it. Good morning. We are on Colonial Drive, the western portion of Colonial between John Young Parkway and Kirkman Road. Now, this is the Pine Hills community, unincorporated portions of Orange County with a touch of the city of Orlando that comes over here. However, this area has been under a lot of construction. It's needed it. So we're out here today kind of showing you what we're seeing, why we're seeing it, and truly what is to come in this area. I've been out here since about 8 o'clock this morning, and I tell you, I didn't bring my Excedrin with me, but the driving is just horrible. You guys stick out like sore thumbs when you want to be an aggressive driver, and it's just it is really sad sometimes because it's just overtly aggressive. But we're out here for one primary concern, and that concern being the amount of construction that has been taking place out here for as long as it's been taking place out here. So we're currently traveling eastbound along State Road 50 out here, Colonial Drive, coming up on Pine Hills Road. And you almost can tell right off the top, this place is kind of messy right now. So there are a lot of construction taking place, not only in the median, but along the shoulders as well. Look at this. What are we seeing? We're seeing complete destruction of medians, but expansion of turning lanes, additional turning lanes, and things like that. I've added the side camera here so you can see kind of an up-close look of what's going on. Also, too often I talk about nighttime construction. Make sure you're paying attention at night, dark time hours. Why? Because there's less traffic. But Colonial Drive is not one of those portions of the roadway. This is an area that is under construction both daytime and at night. So during the daytime hours, you have to be careful because there are also men and women out here working during daylight hours. Here we are 10 o'clock in the morning, midday, and there are crews out here actively working. So what does that mean? That means it's a no phone zone. Means you are not allowed to touch your phone under any circumstance. Means speeding fines are doubled. And it means there are a large presence of men and women actively working out here. What are some of the problems that we're seeing out here? Well, here's one for sure. The reduction of travel lanes. Right here at Fairvilla Road, you could see you lose a right travel lane and a right turning lane. That right turning lane's been gone for a long time. And we're starting to see some of the positive sides of the construction. For example, here, they've added a turning lane down here so that you can get into the Salvation Army Adult Rehabilitation Center. So previously, you would have had to continue down further and make a U-turn. So they are truly creating construction projects that are beneficial to you and I as the commuter, as the driver out here. But I can understand the frustration, like with any project. A lot of rain, weather, dirt get kicked up. I can see the ponding that is present out here within the median. You can even see that glare coming up from here. So yeah, it gets muddy after a storm. I can see some of these barrels kind of getting messy. And let's be real, it's probably not the best situation for pedestrians, but they are adding pedestrian crosswalks out here designated solely for you, the pedestrian, because often we see a lot of this. Pedestrians right up on the roadway here, and this really makes me nervous when I see things like that. So we're coming up here on John Young Parkway, and this is where that construction stops. So it is heavy construction between where? John Young Parkway all the way down towards Kirkman. That little cross area of traffic is where we're seeing the loss of turning lanes and right through lanes, but we're seeing the expansion and addition of left turning lanes. This makes things so much easier for other drivers, so you don't have to make a U-turn. U-turns, huge cause for crashes, believe it or not. You are more likely to be involved in a minor crash when conducting a U-turn, or let alone any change of direction. But eliminating that really allows traffic to flow a little bit. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to get turned around. I'm not allowed to make a U-turn here. No U-turn sign. So we're going to make a left here on John Young, get flipped around, and then head back west. If you're joining us this morning, good morning. We just took a nice drive east along Colonial, here along the western portions of Colonial between John Young and Kirkman. We're going to get turned around. I'm not going to make the U-turn here because I'm not about to get in trouble, but we'll head west and check out the other construction woes that are taking place. It is hot, yo. It is hot. Oh, Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos was pinpointing some stuff out in Wilbur by the sea this morning, hanging out along the coast. Really focused on a lot of that hurricane preparedness. It starts on Sunday, the first day, guys. My goodness, and we are back at it. So now's the time. Get your hurricane kit ready. I would highly not recommend buying something that is called a hurricane kit. I would suggest looking at what comes in a hurricane kit, and then of course building your own. You can go to any department store, buy one of those Rubbermaids, set it, forget it, and that's kind of your kit. But don't buy just a set one. Look at them, learn from them, but build your own. Now's the time to have that stuff ready in a closet somewhere, just in case that storm comes. Like the chief says, it only takes one. Only takes one storm, and unfortunately, we've seen that. All right, we're going to make a legal U-turn right over here off of John Young, just north of Colonial, over by the Columbia College Center here, and get spun around. Look at that U-turn on this horrible turning radius of results 1. Okay, so we're going to head back to Colonial, head east, do the exact same thing, talk about a few things, what we're seeing, what we're not seeing, some of the rules, why we're seeing it, and then I'm going to reach out to who's in charge. I want to know when this is going to be done, and I know you guys do too. Lights green, make the right. All right, so we're going to hang out. These people, this is what scares me. And then there's no a clown for you, both of you. There's no sense of like danger, none. You guys walk out into traffic and then you walk at like snail's pace, like you're not doing anything wrong. Makes no sense to me. And then we get into an uproar when a pedestrian gets whopped by a car. Meanwhile, most of the time it's a pedestrian sprinting out in front of a car, guys. I get ticked off about this stuff because it's preventable. There's no reason for a pedestrian to walk in front of a car, stare at the driver like I'm doing something wrong when we're sitting here in a 45-mile-an-hour zone. Come on. You guys play with life like we've got a restart, like we get to do this again. We only get one shot at this, and it's about time we start taking it a little seriously. Man, sorry, but just the fact that they look at you, a pedestrian looks at you in the face as they're crossing the street, knowing that what they're doing is wrong, and they could be struck if I wasn't paying attention. All right, let's get back to business. Construction here along. Can you tell I get wound up with stuff like that? Oh, guys, I've just worked so many nasty crashes. I've seen this stuff, And most of you have not, and you only hear about it on the news. But I've stood over people and had to knock on people's door and let you know that your spouse or your child's not coming home because of some mistake they made. We can do better. We can do better. All right, so we're here westbound. We're here westbound along Colonial, and just looks alone, you can tell there is construction everywhere. Barrels out in the intersection, lot of taping off of the sidewalk areas, not very clear markings on the roadway. So once you're in a zone like this, it is up to you to make sure you're paying 100% attention, because the construction crews are going to do their thing. It's up to you to make sure you're doing yours. So as you're cruising out here, to your surprise, you're going to run into crews working out here even during the daytime. So that makes it an active construction zone. Some of your lanes will be present. Sometimes they're not. If you look across the way right there at Fairvilla Road, you could see the sidewalk, right lane, right turning lane completely shut down for the construction that's taking place out there. So you need to be careful. There's also a lot of bumps in the road. So making sure that your vehicle maintenance is up to date, making sure that your tires have a good quality when traveling through here. And please, no abrupt lane changes. You're in a construction zone. There's a lot of distractions going on out here, and an abrupt, aggressive lane change can easily push someone into a construction zone, or someone could be distracted by something up ahead and not expecting Bozo the Clown to come sliding into their travel lane. So turning signals, all the basics, guys, because there are crews out here working. And this is kind of cool too. It's going to look pretty out here. They're even putting some palm trees up out here in the median this morning. So really nice to see the crews out here consistently working. But it is a project. It is a project that is happening around the clock. A project that has a lot of safety features going in. Extra turning lanes, pedestrian lit crosswalks, all that jazz. I don't know exactly when the end of this will be, but I'm going to find out for you, because the fact that they're starting to put some cosmetics in to make it look pretty lets me know we're on the home stretch. So please make sure we're paying attention in construction zones. The one out here on West Colonial is an active construction zone both daytime and nighttime. Lane closures change depending on what they're actively working on. And since it is an active construction zone, you are not allowed to tangibly hold on to your electronic device, no matter what. Once you get out, you can make a phone call. But even then, save it for later. So guys, construction zones, pay attention, please. It's happening out here like crazy. But this is a good one. They're adding turning lanes. This is for you. There's safety features happening. There's a lot of pedestrian traffic out here. We've got to see the clowns themselves. So please, drive safely, pay attention, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.